When we talk about flirting, there are three types of men. The first is the one who doesn't know how to flirt at all and ends up in the friend zone. The second is the one who doesn't know how to flirt and comes off as awkward. And the third is the one who knows how to flirt well. Trust me when I tell you that after watching this video, you'll realize that flirting is actually very easy, and you'll understand why you were always facing rejection when you try to flirt. So, welcome to your complete guide on how to flirt. Note, this video will explain in detail the process of flirting, how to do it, and how to influence the mind of the girl you're flirting with so that she remembers you as a person of high value, not just someone chasing after her. So please, pay close attention and listen carefully, because what I'm about to share with you today will take just 10 minutes, but the knowledge you gain will stay with you for life. Why flirt? To answer this question, let's look at a conversation where there's absolutely no flirting going on. Guy, where are you from? Girl, Melbourne, Australia. Wow, so you managed to survive all the deadly animals? Yeah, nah. Seriously though, I've heard it's one of the world's most livable cities or something. Why'd you move? Yeah, it's a pretty great place to live. I moved because blah blah blah. And the conversation just keeps going. Spot the issue? If not, here's the problem. The conversation is 100% platonic. There's no flirtation, no spark, nothing that creates any kind of attraction. It might as well be two dudes chatting. Let's be blunt. The guy in this example, he's going home alone. At best, he goes home solo. At worst, he's going straight to the friend zone. And let's be honest, that's way worse. It's a dead end, a complete waste of time, and it leads absolutely nowhere. And that's why flirting is such a crucial part of seduction. It gets her thinking about the two of you in a romantic context and makes it clear that you're a man with sexual intent, not just someone looking to be her buddy. So if flirting is what separates you from being just a friend and makes her see you as a guy she could sleep with, then why are most guys so bad at it? Let's dive into the most common mistakes almost every guy makes when it comes to flirting. When it comes to flirting, a lot of guys make the mistake of being way too obvious. Why is this an issue? It kills the mystery, and when the mystery disappears, so does the excitement. Intrigue makes things fun, but being overly direct ruins that vibe. Here's an example of awkward, obvious flirting. Girl, I love sports bras. Guy, I bet you'd look amazing in a sports bra. Ugh, too obvious. So what should flirting actually look like? As we will see in this video, great flirting is much more subtle. It works through implication rather than saying things outright. This creates more mystery and intrigue, leaving women guessing and wanting more. Being overly direct also kills the excitement of intrigue. For example, this is why it is generally unwise to compliment women based on their physical looks. Aside from making it seem as though you've never been with an attractive woman before, an unattractive trait in and of itself, you kill any mystery there might have been about your intentions. On top of that, being too direct sexually eliminates a woman's ability to absolve herself of feelings of a sluttiness by reasoning that sex just happened. Women have been socialized to feel shame and fear about being perceived by either herself, her friends, or even society at large as was slutty or sexually promiscuous. So when you're too direct with a woman you've only recently met and make it clear you're going to bang her, most women bring up some excuse or just disappear. You can think of this as their anti-slut defense. What you need to do instead is give her a way to rationalize my sex as something that just happened, plausible deniability. For example, I've got this awesome pool table at my place, we'll go play around. While you and her both know what's going to happen, this example gives her a way to rationalize it away. She can tell herself that she's just going back to your place to have some fun and see what happens, rather than that she's going to your place to have sex with you, which would leave her feeling dirty and slutty. Anyway, so what's the lesson? Don't be so direct. If you hang out with a group of male friends, chances are you engage in a lot of banter. However, unless you're gay, which you're probably not if you're watching this video, that banter doesn't have any sexual undertones. The problem is, a lot of guys use that same kind of non-sexual banter when they're trying to flirt with women. For a clear example of the difference between friendly and sexual flirting, think about the difference between giving a girl a high five and holding her hand. One is purely friendly, while the other is undeniably sexual. Unfortunately, most guys tend to play it safe and avoid making bold, riskier moves. As a result, their interactions with women lack any kind of sexual tension or undertone. Moving on, here's how to avoid these mistakes and become an irresistible flirt. Earlier, we discussed a common mistake most guys make when flirting, being too obvious. So what's the solution? Be subtle. How do you do that? It's simple. Take your blunt, clumsy, and overly direct flirting and make it more indirect. Remember this example of clumsy flirting from earlier. Now, let's make this more subtle by being indirect. Girl, I love sports bras. Guy, really? Well, believe it or not, I love girls who love sports bras. See the difference? In both cases, the guy is showing interest in the girl, but in the second example, it's indirect. He's implying his attraction without laying all his cards on the table, implying that you like a girl or that you're attracted to her is far more exciting for women than just bluntly saying, hey, let's f***. By creating intrigue and leaving things unsaid, you show that you're not the type of guy who's chasing after anything with two legs. On the other hand, being overly direct and clumsy makes you come across as desperate, like you'd fall for anyone who gives you attention. By skillfully wrapping your intentions in subtlety, you not only generate excitement through mystery, but you also project yourself as a high-value guy, someone she should want to be with. Speaking of being a high-value guy, let's move on to the next method of flirting. When you're dealing with high-quality women, or really any women, but especially attractive ones, you're gonna get tested. Women will test you to see if they can throw you off balance. It's a way of gauging your confidence. If you show that you couldn't care less and stay unfazed, you pass the test and her attraction for you grows. If, however, you get defensive, insecure, or start trying to justify yourself, you fail and her attraction fades. These tests usually come in the form of snide remarks, tricky questions, or unreasonable requests. For example, I bet you use that line on all the girls. How many women have you slept with? Buy me a drink. So how do you pass these tests? The easiest method is to agree and amplify. What does that mean? Simply agree with what she says and take it to an exaggerated, almost absurd level. Here's how to handle these tests. Girl, I bet you use that line on all the girls. Guy, yeah, I wake up every morning surrounded by women. It's that good. Girl, how many women have you slept with? Guy, today, not that many. Girl, buy me a drink. Guy, sure. Would you like my ATM pin too? Moving on, let's take a look at a flirting technique that I personally find quite fun. Act like you're the prize. Most hot women know that they are the prize. They have dozens, if not hundreds, of guys hitting on them every day. But guess what? You can flip this whole boys chase girls dynamic on its head. How? By insinuating that she is the one chasing you, that she's just another girl who's hitting on you and trying to seduce you. You frame the conversation as if she's the pursuer and you're just an innocent victim of her incessant attempts at seducing you. How do you do this? You frame her as the pursuer while positioning yourself as the prize by playfully twisting her words and actions to make it like she's hitting on you, attempting to seduce you and trying to turn you on. Here are some examples. Girl, I love sports bras. Guy, don't try to make me think of you in a sports bra. Girl, wanna grab another drink? Guy, oh, I see how it is. Trying to get me drunk so you can take advantage of me? Girl, inadvertently staring at you while thinking about something. Guy, are you trying to seduce me? Guy, I live just around the corner. We can go and grab a drink at my place, but only if you promise not to try anything. Girl, massages are awesome. Guy, think you can seduce me by offering me free massages? Girl, no. Guy, good, because it won't work. Moving on, let's take a look at a method of flirting that puts her on a roller coaster ride of emotions and makes her all the more into you. But before we continue, when you finish watching this video, go back and watch the series How to Attract Women. If you only watch this video and try to apply it alone, you'll face many problems. That's why you need to watch the entire series to fully understand how women think. Push-pull flirting, as the name implies, involves a playful mix of pushing her away and pulling her back in, both physically and verbally. Here's an example. Guy, you're too cute for me to handle. Shoot. Here, he's pulling her in emotionally by saying he finds her cute, but at the same time, he's pushing her away. This contradiction creates excitement and keeps her on her toes. Here's another example. Guy, you're awesome. You're like my little sister. He's pulling her in by complimenting her, but then he pushes her away by comparing her to his little sister, which is definitely not a romantic comparison. This creates a playful tension. This back and forth push and pull dynamic creates intrigue and excitement, making the girl more invested in the interaction. On top of that, push-pull flirting demonstrates that you're a high-value guy. Why? Imagine you meet an incredible woman who seems perfect for you. Funny, charming, intelligent, and smoking hot. But then imagine she just throws herself at your feet. No challenge, no effort required. Suddenly, she doesn't seem as high value as you initially thought. You might even find yourself losing interest. You'd be thinking, I thought she was a high-quality woman. Why is she making it so easy? Women feel the same way. This is why they often lose interest in nice guys who buy them drinks and fawn over them, yet are drawn to the jerks or bad boys who play hard to get. As Thomas Paine once said, what we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. Push-pull flirting demonstrates that you're a high-value guy. Moving on, pretend that it's her fault. A good starting point is to accuse her of trying to seduce you. For example, if she talks about her house in a completely innocent discussion and she's asking you how something can be installed related to home electronics, furniture, etc. Ask her, are you already trying to bring me to your place? I'm not surprised. Even though it may seem hard to believe, women enjoy this kind of teasing. Don't be surprised if in the future she actually tries, without joking, to bring you to her place. Make her understand that you're a man who knows what to do with a woman. Women love men who know how to treat them them and love them. However, you can't just go up to her and say, "Hello, I'm a good lover." On the other hand, you can use sexual illusions. For example, if you've invited her to your place and you've just made a cocktail and she says, "Wow, you're good at that," you can make eye contact and say, "I'm good at many things." She will understand the illusion and will want to know more. Encourage her to use you. Women often accuse men of using them for sex, so why not reverse the roles? Next time you do something for her, don't forget to say, "So you're already using me. I can already see that soon you'll be using me for other things." She will find this role reversal hilarious. Additionally, it's an innocent, funny, and non-offensive way to bring sex into the conversation. And this is how you will have completed your comprehensive guide to flirting. But before we finish the video, I want to let you know that I've created an online course that contains a step-by-step formula that will make women attracted to you, regardless of what you think you're lacking. In it, you'll find exactly what women are attracted to in a man, on a deep psychological level, beyond superficial things like height, looks, or money. You will find a link in the video description. Anyway, if you have any problems, let me know in the comments. This was The Dark Needle, and take care of yourself.
It is never black and white. Can't have one without the other. The dark without the light.